Hey, come on! Welcome to Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. With your host, Dr. Evangelist K.O. Rich. Everyone, this is Dr. Rich with Narc Abuse No More. I thank you for tuning in today, where we're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. How you doing on this Friday, May the 24th of 2024? I pray that you have had a blessed, stress-free, narcissistic-free, abuse-free week so far, and that the remainder of this week will continue to be so as well. But if not, we're going to be talking about a few things today. But before we get started, I want to invite you to visit us on our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org, and on the website you'll find valuable information regarding narcissism, relationships, and if you have missed any of these podcasts, all you have to do is go directly to our website and listen to us from there. Now, just to let you know, we're on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central, and that is on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker. I don't think Google's on anymore, but Google, iHeartRadio is other platforms. You can listen to us on Rumble, Brighteon, and the Tube, as well as those who are following me on Facebook. I'm also have been posting and uploading onto Facebook. So you have a variety of different platforms that you can listen to this podcast from. But if all else fails, all you have to do is go directly to www.narcabusenomore.org. All right, what are we talking about today? We are talking about steps to better communication in your relationships. And oftentimes there is a lack of communication when it comes to relationships, and so when you don't have communication within your relationship, guess what? It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail if you're not communicating. If you all are on different pages, you're not actually in tune with one another. So we want to talk about that today. 22 steps to better communication. We're not gonna get through all 22 today. We are bringing this from psychcentral.com. So whether you're in a personal relationship or a working environment, and even in the church, there is oftentimes you might find that there's a lack of communication. People wires have got crossed, and therefore there's a lot of friction. It can be a toxic environment. So we want to make sure that we're always communicating, because if you're not communicating, then guess what? Something is wrong. If you're in a relationship with someone, and if you don't communicate what it is that you need in that relationship, that person is not going to know what you need. So we can sometimes think, oh, well, they should just know. No, you should just say, come on now. You should just say, well, this is what I need. This is what I'm wanting. This is what I'm looking for. No one is a mind reader, okay? The only one that can read minds, hearts and minds, is God. But no one is a mind reader. So therefore, you want to ensure that you are communicating effectively with whomever you are in a work relationship with or any other type of relationship with. So the first thing is when you're dealing with, when you're talking about communication, you want to let go of the blame. One thing that can cause problems is finger pointing, and when we do the finger pointing, guess what? Automatically, the other person's defenses go up. So you from the start, you're not going to get anywhere if you attack the person. You say, well, you did this and you did that, and immediately the wall of defense is going up, where that person automatically is going to say, hey, I didn't do anything, and then you're going back and forth, back and forth. So one of the things is that if you feel that there has been an offense, it is best to say, well, I feel. Okay, so you're, instead of it seeming as an attack on the individual, is say, well, I feel, or my understanding is, and oftentimes when we rephrase things, it's, a lot of times you might have heard this saying that it's not what you say but how you say it. So you might want to rephrase it because it'll come off softer, where, what, I feel, or where I was up under impression, or I may have mistakenly thought, or, and that kind of softens things down, where that person is not immediately on the offense. Another thing, when it comes to communication. All right. So the next thing that you really want to do when it comes to communication is be able to agree to disagree. There's going to be times that you have a difference of opinion. There's going to be two different points of view, and you want to be able to be tolerable of that person even when they don't agree with you. And oftentimes this is a hard thing to do, especially when we're for those of us who are in the body of Christ. And I'm gonna use an example. You have those that believe in pre-trip, mid-trip, post-trip. Okay, and so oftentimes there's debate on that. Well, pre-trip, mid-trip, post-trip. But the thing is that there are issues within those. There are issues that are salvation issues for those in the body of Christ, and then those issues that are not. And so the thing is, I often tell people, it's just to be ready at all times for when Jesus returns. We don't know the day, we don't know the hour, but we just want to be ready. Another issue is the Trinity, and some believe because the word is not in the Bible, and then others believe that there's enough text to allude to there being three in one, even if you don't use the exact word. So there are things that you can disagree on, but you can agree to disagree. The thing is that we want to make sure that when we are in a disagreement, we do it without attacking someone. So you don't have to attack someone just because you disagree with them. And I'm talking about if you're in a relationship and with someone, and you have a difference of opinion, doesn't mean that you need to attack them, call them out their name, or whatever case may be. You can still be respectful and then state where you stand. You could be assertive and not have to be mean with it. So be ready to be able to have a difference of opinion. You don't have to believe what that person believes, and vice versa, but be respectful of one another's. And this is one of the things that we've lost in society, is being respectful of other people beliefs instead of forcing it down somebody's throat. We have become a society that is either my way or the highway, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Number 3, focus on what you can control yourself. You cannot control anybody else. You cannot control someone else. And one of the things that narcissists do is narcissists try to control people. So you do not want to operate as a narcissist. Only focus on the things that you can handle yourself. One thing is that you have to tell yourself, hey, I can only control me. I can't control what someone else does, but I can only control my response. Instead of reacting, respond. Number 4, try to avoid unnecessary conflict. And I'm not talking about feeling like you have to walk on eggshells. If you feel like you have to walk on eggshells in a relationship, then something is going wrong with that relationship. All right. So, but try to avoid conflict. We're talking about being the drama king, the drama queen. Don't pick fights just for the sake of picking fights. If you know something is a sensitive topic that gets you all into it, then don't try to engage that if it's not if it's not necessary. Avoid conflict so that you can be peaceful. At the same time, it might be something that you need to talk about, but it might not be the right timing for it. So always use wisdom even when it comes to bringing up sensitive issues. Number 5, practice the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Treat others as you would have them to treat you. Understand others as you would want them to understand you. Be there for others as you would want them to be there for you. Listen to others as you would want them to listen to you. One thing that's important is when someone, especially when someone is going through grief, it's not often about what you say, but it's about being there. Being there is a form of communication. I'm here, I'm listening, I'm available, making yourself available for that person should they want to talk or they need to release whatever the frustrations are. Not being someone's punching bag, but being there for that person to say, you know what, I'm here, whatever you're going through. So just as you want others to treat you, if you want someone to listen to you, then guess what? You got to listen to others. If you want to have a good relationship, then you also have to take the initiative to say, you know what, I'm going to work on my communication because my communication skills are not up to par. So therefore, I got to work on me. Remember that actions are often just as important as words. It's not always what you say, it's also what you do. Okay, sometimes your face can speak with your mouth don't. Okay, as a parent who look at their child and the child get the message. Okay, so the thing is, it's not always what you say, but what you do, and your actions is a form of communication, rather good or rather bad. When you hug someone, that's a form of communication. If you punch someone, that's a form of communication that we don't want to do. So it is a form of communication, your actions. Number 7, another thing you can do is ask, you know what, is this okay to talk about? Because sometimes things may be a little touchy where a person may not want to talk about it, or they may not want to talk about it at that particular time. So if there's an issue that need to be discussed and you all have prolonged it, then you might want to talk to that person and say, you know what, when can we plan to talk about this particular topic? And you make a plan to say, okay, we're going to talk about it on this particular day at this particular time, and then therefore that person will be ready for, okay, this is a topic that we're going to have to really dive in and discuss. But it also helps you to be prepared to say, you know what, I'm not going to allow my temper to rise, I'm not going to get angry, I'm going to talk just normal. And that's the way to plan effective communication. And one thing, if you don't plan, then you plan to fail. Number 8, avoid sarcasm. Avoid sarcasm. There is no need for sarcasm. If you want to communicate effectively, leave the sarcasm in the bank. Okay, do not use the sarcasm. Sarcasm will automatically have someone's defenses up. They will feel like you're disrespecting them, and so therefore they will be defensive. Do not be sarcastic. If you really want to communicate with someone, leave the sarcasm at home. Number 9, clearly communicate what you need and what you want. Don't assume. Sometimes when you're dealing with narcissists, they want you to play games and guessing games. You're adults. This is not a game. Whatever it is, you need to specify, you know what, I'm needing this, or I'm desiring this, or I'm wanting this. This will help me in this way, or whatever. Communicate what you want. If you do not communicate what you want, then how is that person supposed to know? Don't assume that they automatically know anything. You have to tell them. At least once you tell them, then there is no mistake. Now they can choose whether they do it or not, but at least you would have known that you have communicate that whatever it is. Don't just get mad about something. Oh, they should have known. No, you should tell them, hey, this is whatever. And therefore, at least give them a chance to accept or reject. Number 10, ask, what do you need from me right now? You want to make sure that not only are you expressing your needs, but you're also wanting to understand what that person needs. It's a relationship is not supposed to just be one way. It goes both ways. And so therefore, you want to ensure that, hey, you know what, not only am I getting my needs met, but I am also wanting to help others, wanting to help that person that I'm in relationship with to know that, hey, I value you, I appreciate you, and that I am here for you, and whatever you need, I'm also here to help to give you what it is that you need as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
When I found you, I found somebody who cares. When I found you, found my most intimate prayer. When I found you, I found what every heart dreams of. When I found you, I found love. When I found you, I found the rest of my life. When I found you, I told all others goodbye. When I found you, I saw my fears fly away like a dove. When I found you, I found love. I know true love sounds crazy, but worth waiting for. You are the one, my only, forevermore. When I found you, I found my fate in your arms. When I found you, I found no cause for alarm. When I found you, I knew this love was a gift from above. When I found you, I found love, yeah, yeah, yeah. Worth waiting for. You are the one, my only, forevermore. When I found you, I found a sky with stars. When I found you, found one more reason to smile. When I found you, I knew I finally found enough. When I found you, I found love. Yeah, I did. When I found you, I found love. found love. I found love.
And that is I Found Love by B.B. Whining. All right, so we're talking about communication, and it is so important in any relationship that you have proper communication. Number 11, be your imperfect, perfect self. When you are in a relationship, whether it is male, female, or a work environment or a church relationship, don't be fake. Be who you are, okay? Be your natural self, because you can only wear that mask for so long, and then eventually it is going to come off, okay? You can only fake that for so long. You want to be your imperfect, perfect self. So it's okay to say, you know what, hey, I'm dealing with some issues with what we're talking about right now. But be honest, be flexible, be open, be yourself, because whatever relationship you are in, it is always best to be your genuine self. We talk about narcissists having a mask on, and they wear this facade, and so you really don't know who they are until the mask is revealed to you. So be yourself. Number 12, slow down. If you are agitated, if you're angry, if you are in an uproar, that is not the best time to try to talk about some serious issues. Take a break. You two may need to say, you know what, let's table this for a moment so that we can come back to it, because we know that our emotions are at a high, and this is not the best time for us to talk about this. So slow down, okay? Take a breather, because you never want to say something that you're going to have to apologize for later. You don't want to say something in the heat of the moment, all right? And then you're sorry, because once those words fly off from your lips, you cannot take them back, okay? You can say I'm sorry, but the damage is already done. So you want to not say something that you're going to have to ask for forgiveness later on. Number 13, don't talk over the other person. It's impossible for there to be good communication if both people are talking at the same time. One person has to listen, one person has to talk. One person has to talk, the other one has to listen. You can't, if you're yelling and screaming and going back and forth, there is nothing that's going to be accomplished until two people calm down, settle down, allow the emotions to deflate, and therefore you can go forward with that conversation. So it is so important for us to listen. And another thing, when you're dealing with communication, if you're already planning your response, okay, you got your Perry Mason going on in your head before the person even get done talking, then you're not actually listening, okay, because you're wanting to be right. We have to stop having the need to always be right, okay? It's more important to listen and allow that person to feel as if they're being heard, than for you and your ego to want to always be right. Number 14, have open body language. If you're sitting with your arms crossed, then and you're not looking at the person, you're not facing the person, you're looking all around. You're communication. You're communicating that I'm disinterested, or I'm angry, I'm upset. So if you're twirling your hair, picking your nails, picking your nose even, that is not what you want to do when you're trying to have effective communication. So you want to be loosened up. You don't want to give the vibe that I'm not interested in what you have to say. Number 15, be curious. What that means is being open, ask open-ended questions. Don't just ask a question with the answer that you want. So basically, you for example, how do you feel about uh, taking in-laws? And it can be an open-ended question where that person can explain what they want. So you don't want to phrase a question in a way that is a response that's expected. You want to phrase the questions with an open-ended response so they have time to elaborate. Um, for example, do you like chocolate cake? Well, you didn't give me any options for anything else. But if you say, "Oh, what do you like cake?" That can give me, "Oh yeah, I like chocolate. I like coconut." But if you say, "Do you like chocolate cake?" then you just focus on the chocolate cake. But if you say, "Do you like cake?" or better yet, "Do you like sweets?" Okay, so that's even more open ended. Oh yeah, I like sweets. Okay, what kind of sweets do you like? Okay, so that gives me, well, I like pies, I like cookies, I like cake. Okay, well, what kind of pies do you like? Well, I like pecan pie. Okay, so that gives me an option where I can have an open-ended question, and also opens the dialogue up for me to dive into other areas. Number 16, find common ground. You all may disagree about things, but you may have some things that you do agree with that you have in common. So it's always good, especially when you're in a work environment, to have common ground with that individual, with that boss, with that coworker, to find some kind of common ground. One thing that's good when you are in a work environment is to form relationships outside of the formal atmosphere of the job. That means that bosses, sometimes you may be able to say, "Hey, we're going to plan an outing at the park on this particular day." And so you get to know people outside the job. They can bring their families, their children, or you can get to know them. And then when you get at work, when you're back at work, because you have gotten a chance to know another part of this person, then it helps to ease the tension in the work environment where there may be tension. They'll remember, I had a good time with this person. So let's try to work things out a little better. Number 17, boost your conversation, and that person is helping that person's self-esteem. So give them the gift of your attention. A lot of times people are dealing with low self-esteem, no self-esteem, a low sense of self-worth, and you paying attention to them helps to give them that confidence that they need. So if you're a boss and you know somebody may be a little timid and they're not really meeting their full potential that they can reach, then encourage them. It's always good to encourage them. "Hey, you cut the grass well," or, "You know what, you handled that file well the other day," or, "You handled that meeting well. I like the questions, I like the direction." Give that person positive reinforcement. Oftentimes we are so in a hurry to, "Oh, this ain't right, that ain't right, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, la 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 la." No, give positive reinforcement. All right, we are going to take another quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Count on me through thick and thin, a friendship that will never end. When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on. Call on me, I will be there. Don't be afraid. Please believe me when I say, count on. I can see it's hurting you. I can feel your pain. It's hard to see the sunshine through the rain. Oh, I know sometimes it seems as if it's never gonna end, but you'll get through it. Just don't give in, 'cause you can.
that is Count on Me by Whitney Houston and CeCe Winans. All right. So we're wrapping things up. Number 18, maintain your personal values despite what others think. And this is part of being who you are. We all have values. And so for me, the Bible, I stand on the word of God. I don't care who says anything else. I have to stand on the word of God as a Christian, as a woman of God, as an evangelist that he's called me to be. So stand on whatever it is that is your value. Number 19, be willing to change when necessary. This is not changing who you are. This is saying, you know what, we're going to compromise, and there may be some things that you need to change, because we all have things that we need to change. Therefore, make sure that you are willing to change when there's a situation that may be necessary and it may be needed for you to change. Number 20. My dog is talking. Consider whether you are personally taking action to meet your own needs. That means that I am also making sure that I take care of me, my self-care, as well as others. And if you're feeling like you're not getting that self-care, guess what? You need to communicate that as well. To say, you know what, sometimes I got to just take some me time, all right? I've done it on this podcast where I say, you know what, y'all, I'm not going to be podcasting on this particular day because I got to take care of some me. I got to do some me today. Number 21, accept when anyone says no to your request. You want to make sure that when you say no, that others respect you, and vice versa. So you have to do the same, okay? Remember that golden rule when that you want to do unto others as or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So remember that we all have to have boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with sometimes saying no. You don't want to feel like I have to be in the corner to back my way out of the corner because I said no, so therefore I have to explain this and that. Always make sure that you say when it's not comfortable for you that you can say no. Last but not least, be tactful. You don't have to be mean about anything. You can be kind. You can still be assertive, but you can be kind. You can be understanding. You can be empathetic. And most importantly, make sure that you give a listening ear just like you want someone else to give it to you. All right, we are up out of here. I pray that today's podcast has been a blessing to you and that you would know, guess what? Your feelings, they do matter. This is Dr. K.O. Richard, no confuse no more. Until next time, have a great weekend. Bye.